Welcome everybody to an all new episode of Figure It Out. It's been a while. I know you guys have been looking for a new episode. Finally, here it is. We've just been very busy individuals. But we finally came back for you guys. JD, I mean, I don't even know what's happening right now. Are you trying?
I know, dude.
JD?
I got my Stan Lee here, my Reed Richards sideburns going on right now, bro.
You need the glasses now. You need the Stan Lee glasses.
Yeah, bro. Well, I just I start combing my hair to the side, like, welcome, true believers. You know what I mean? I can start fucking pulling off Stan and shit.
That's
but
your
like,
cosplay
this
from
is
now
fucking
on.
vibrant over here. And it's like a clear delineation between the gray and the black. Holy
just
shit.
Trying to seduce us with his hair. I see you, JD.
I'm just gonna put on the greatest football team ever's hat on and keep
ever
going.
Said no one ever.
Yeah, I believe those are probably
you,
only two people have ever said those words. You and Joe Namath. That's it. Literally no one else.
How dare you both?
But starting off, welcome back, JD. What's going on, man?
Nothing. We're still in Streamland. Excited to be back here with the boys, hanging out for a bit. With I got some cafe going because it's running late, and I'm a big groggy. So this is a big cup of Joe keeping me up.
I love it. And Pete, what's going on, Pete?
What's up, everybody? I'm having a day, so salud. I had my coffee before.
We are hoping to cheer you up, Pete. But that's what we usually hope that we do for each other. So hopefully that's how this goes.
Yeah.
And I want to thank Joel, who would much rather be focusing 100% on his Giants playing Washington, but is nice enough to come here with us and talk some geek stuff. What's up, Joel?
What's up? I'm trying. So maybe it'll help to be distracted.
Are they losing? Oh no,
but
it's tied.
It's good to be not completely focused. It brings down the blood pressure. So I can just
See, I don't hate the Giants as a Jet fan the way Yankees, dislike Met fans. You know what I mean?
I understand.
Yeah, the Giants and Jets, I don't care. Now Washington, I despise. I used to live in DC, so you know what I mean. Get out of here. Get out of here, Washington. But the Giants, okay. You know what I'm saying? If they're winning, I'm all right with that.
It's more pity than hate.
It's more pity. See, that's why we hate fucking Met fans like you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's you Met fans, and you got to take
hold on. Time out. Joel is a Yankee fan.
I mean,
you sure?
Trust me.
You sound like you're drinking Met haterade right now.
No. I mean? As the lone Met fan, yes, he is.
Oh, you're the Met fan. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's okay. Look, we can share the sorrow. You're the Jets, I'm the Mets.
Yeah,
mediocrity. It goes.
We all share the Knicks.
Yeah. And we're all Net fans here, then, right?
No, JD.
Oh, come on, you guys.
Not even remotely.
Not even slightly.
Suck.
From New Jersey, and we still were never Net fans.
Yeah, that tells you everything.
Hello, Jason Kidd.
No, throw all that
in New York, but was a Nets fan from New Jersey.
Yeah, throw all that in the garbage. All right. I want to start off with figure talk. I got a few new figures in. I was hoping to have the whole lot of the new figures in. I was telling you guys before we got on, but between GameStop and Hasbro, they're completely fucking me over. So I'm gonna just showcase what I do have so far. I got my 2-pack in, starting off with Carol Danvers herself.
Nice.
Of that costume. Still my favorite costume.
What where again?
Huh?
What company?
Oh, that did this? Hasbro.
Oh.
Hasbro. Also I picked up Jan Rog.
That's a cool figure.
You mean Jude Law?
Yeah.
That's shiny. That's cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love that sculpt.
Dude.
And then what came with Captain Marvel, I know a lot of people were not fans, but I really like it. Rescue Miss Pepper Potts.
Okay, I was cool with that.
Pepper Potts. Nice sculpt, actually.
Right, and to complete her sculpt, hold on. Her head is not that easy to get on and off. Yeah, goodness gracious. But
we did it. Go Pepper.
And this is what Rescue looks like.
Feeling that.
Cool. It's a nice looking figure, honestly.
Yeah, and it also comes with That one's more difficult to get on, so I'm not even gonna try. It also comes with the one where the faceplate is up.
Nice.
Oh my god.
What
looks,
happened?
she looks like a DC Jaime Rivera Reyes Blue Beetle, but designed better.
Listen, JD,
Design
you will
better.
learn to give Jaime the respect.
You don't like Jaime? Oh, that fucking design's sweet, bro.
No, I'm sorry. It's Hispanic Heritage Month. I'll give it to Jaime. Although Hispanic Heritage Month starting in the middle of September and ending in the middle of October, I don't get it because it's not a month. It's just a few weeks in between, you know. But
Goodness
too much.
gracious, JD. We're gonna work on that.
I'm gonna go back into my Stanley rant.
We're gonna have a Jaime Appreciation Day. Joel, was it any geek news?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's get into our first topic.
I got one. I got it.
Okay. Yes. Come on.
I haven't even opened this motherfucker yet. I was actually waiting for you guys.
Figure it out.
Don't tell me he got the Sentinel.
Exclusive.
No, that's not here yet. No, I did order the Galactus, but it's not. Obviously, that'll be next year.
You ordered the Galactus too?
Yeah. I got my Captain America Hot Toys in the mail.
No
Hot
way.
Toys.
Yeah.
Wait, is it the one that comes with Mjolnir?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you lucky.
This sucker is still fresh in the bag. I have, there will be a box opening later on this week.
Oh, how much was it?
Nice.
Hot Toys were entirely too expensive. It was like $325 or some shit like that.
Holy shit.
I was gonna ask you what limb did you give up, but it's all right. All right.
Yeah, no, it's awful. It's awful. It was one of those just like close my eyes and just hit the button. Take a couple of shots, it takes the edge off, you know.
It's just, yeah.
I will tell you guys, buying any collectibles or figures, yes, does often feel like that. Where it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't even want to know the total. Buy.
You know how much I love Hot Toys, but I found a company. I don't know what they're called. SJR some shit. It's like it's. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but they have good figures. Like at least the figures look good from like the when I look at them.
But they're like 50 or 60 bucks.
They're like 100, but they're not quite Hot Toys like in terms of quality, but they look better than most of these 6 inches, you know. And they're like they can go be as low as 60, but they're like 100, 120 for a pretty decent looking figure.
And they're Hot Toys size?
They're like 6 inches, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at them the other day because I saw like somebody on Instagram promoting them, and I'm like, wow, these look pretty good. How much are they? Right. Because they look too good. I'm like, they don't look like, but they don't look like Hot Toys. So I'm like, because they're more articulate and shit. They look like kind of toys, but they have good feet. Like,
speaking of expensive articulated figures, does anybody have any experience with Mafex? Because they look really nice, but I don't own any yet.
No,
but they're about that price range, at like $60 to $100, depending on you know which figure it is. But they range Marvel, DC. They're all over the place with the characters.
Shit is getting too expensive, dude. He's really expensive, bro.
You got to stay hyper focused and just get the ones that you like, just the one shit you want, and that's it.
That's it. Keep it at that.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh, my Surtur just fell. Okay.
The devil has fallen.
Look, I guess he wasn't being given enough attention. He legit just fell out of nowhere, but okay. But yeah, no, some of these toy companies, even still in somewhat of a pandemic, they just give no fucks to anyone's pockets. None.
Yeah.
No discounts, no sales, nothing.
I love when Sideshow, like at comic conventions, they pass out that card that you get $25 off. Like, the fuck am I gonna do with $25? Your statues are $900. Fucking jerk off with that $25. The fuck? Roll that $25 up. I'll do a fucking line of yay, and then I'll fucking buy the thing because I'm all fucking hyped up. That's what I do with that $25.
Yo, no, I'm dying laughing, Pete, because they really feel like, you know what? We did something nice for our
yeah. Like, you did me a solid.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. First of all, I think some of these toy companies don't realize majority, if not a huge percentage of their consumers aren't rich. Like, we're not rich. So it's like, when you make it 900 and say, I'll take $25 off, what do you think that's doing for me? Like, I already don't want to spend the $900. Like,
Right.
take $400 off, and you got to deal every time. Every
Seriously.
single time you got to deal. But goodness gracious.
Sideshow used to be like $400 or $500 for statues when they first started, and then like they just blew up. And I mean, the sculpts are fantastic, of course, and artists should get paid. But damn, they've like all but doubled in price in the last, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years or whatever.
They've gotten completely hungry out here.
Did the Four Horsemen break up?
The guys who did like those He-Man shits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they still all in one studio? Did they split
I don't
up?
think so.
Or did someone break off?
I'm not sure.
I don't think they're still active together.
No. Okay. Okay.
All right. So I want to go into a few trailers, and then just one topic. But first I want to start off with, Pete, you responded exactly the same way I did. And apparently a sequel to Joker is reportedly in active development, with Phoenix set to return, and Todd will be writing this time, and of course Scorsese will be back to produce. I really only gave this movie my everything because I thought it was just
A one-off. And the fact that it's not ruins the entire. Like I had it in my head that it's all in his head, so a one-off works completely fine within the Batman canon.
Right.
If you make this a sequel, you're stretching the limits of believability as far as Batman fans go. So whatever has to be done to stop this from happening is fine for me. If we have to kidnap someone and make them never work in Hollywood again, and I don't care which of the fucking three it is, the director, fucking Scorsese, fucking Joaquin Phoenix, whoever it has to be, so this has to be stopped. Whatever point me to a tree in Hollywood that I gotta chain myself to.
A tree in Hollywood.
Stopped.
Pete, next week is the Feast of San Gennaro.
Yes.
You know Scorsese's going to be there. He's there for at least one day, bro. I bumped into DiCaprio one time at the fucking Feast of San Gennaro. Come on, kid.
So you're saying I should get my chloroform ready?
Exactly. Yeah, I'll be right there with you.
Bro,
that's fair.
Just like The Godfather 2, you just go rooftop to rooftop following him, and then you wait till he goes around the corner, and you drop a bag of fucking Joker toys over his fucking head.
See, the thing about the first movie is, as a Batman fan, there was so much I had to let go of about the mythology, right? So much I had to let go of, which again, I was fine to do if it was just a one-off, just something you're having fun. This is an alternate world. This is what Joker is like, blah, blah, blah. Fine. But for you to continue, and Batman is 10 years old, I've lived through Gotham. I don't want it again. I don't want it again. I don't want it again. I don't want Joker already existing and Bruce is 10 years old. Been there, done that, didn't like it the last time they did it. I have no interest.
Before it was an artsy, fun movie. Now it's a fucking cash grab. Now you can all go fuck yourselves.
100%. And I think what's going to end up biting them in the ass is, no matter how good this story could possibly be, at the end of the day, you will have even mainstream people who have no idea what the hell's going on. They know Joker and Batman are hand in hand. How much longer are you going to really sell this with essentially no hero? It's just a pure villain side of the story. You know what I'm saying?
DC just loving to shoot themselves in the foot all the time.
Again,
what's this bullshit that? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just jumping on Pete saying, DC shooting himself in the foot. Yet, I think Suicide Squad was a fucking awesome movie. Why are people saying that it bombed?
They say it bombed?
Well, people are saying that it bombed because, again, no one's looking at the fact that we're still in a pandemic. It's box office numbers.
And it was released, literally you can watch at home.
Right. So it's just, you don't judge box office numbers.
Those are guys that are still part of the Snyder thing.
Right. Look at the fucking ratings from HBO is what they should be doing.
Yeah.
No one ever wants to find the good. They just want to find the bad, Pete. And those people
I'm tired of it.
Don't matter. They just don't matter.
I'm honestly annoyed that Shang-Chi is only in movie theaters. Like, I mean, yeah, I went with you guys to see G.I. Joe, but that was a fluke. I haven't been to the movies otherwise. Like, I stay my ass home.
I will say the one good thing about it not being on anything else is that that's how we will, for whether you like it or not, that's how we'll definitely get Venom and Carnage, and that wouldn't be pushed back anymore. And Eternals will have a theatrical release.
I hope Simu ain't getting a cut of the box office because Scarlett Johansson about to go fucking Black Widow on his ass then.
Well, no, but if that movie did have a simultaneous release and it did more from the home release, they were going to push Eternals back. That was 100% going to happen. So I'm glad that Simu in his movie was able to break all kinds of records for September and whatnot. And do really well in the box office to kind of keep some of these releases in place. Because I really have no interest in waiting for anything else. I just don't. I have no interest. I'm already sitting here twitching knowing that Eternals is in November instead of being next month. So to picture that moving all the way to next year, yeah, I have no interest.
Well, Venom is in October.
Wait, what'd you say, Joel?
I said there's such a gap in October. I'm like, oh wait, Venom's in October. But like,
right, literally the first.
I got no interest in Venom.
Yeah, like you said, there's a big gap in October.
I'm going to go support that because
I already got
I want to continue to see Tom Hardy as Venom.
I'm gonna pull a Jack Sparrow on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Wait, would you say, Pete?
I said I'm gonna pull a Jack Sparrow on that motherfucker.
Like I said, I didn't love the first one, but it kept me entertained. Enough to where I was interested to see where they would go with the sequel. But yeah. So Joel, I want to pass to you before we move on. Where's your interest level? Because I know you'll see it, so that's not even a question to ask. But where's your interest level in seeing this story of Joker progress?
I had no interest. I had no interest in the first movie. But that doesn't mean I'm against the sequel. Like, if they want to make a sequel, make a sequel. I don't care. Like, I don't care about the first one. You made that, and I like that. So like, it's the same shit all over again. Like, but again, it's not connected to anything. So I'm not. It's not dirty anything because it's its own thing. I don't give a fuck what they do in that world. So they can do whatever they want now. There's nothing there. It's just the Joker. Yep. So like, whatever they do, fine. If it's good, I'll watch it. We'll see.
Yeah, it's just. So you know what it is for me, Joel, more specifically than just doing whatever they're going to do with this. To me, I think what it really comes down to is their focus, in my opinion, is never on the right thing. When you have a focus that's here and there and there and there, it's just like you gotta focus on what should matter. And what should matter is your core characters that will continue this legacy of these DC movies going
but
forward.
As we see, that's not their focus. So why fight it? At this point, they have movies made that are not connected, and there are plans for other movies that are not connected. Why? What are you fighting for? Like, there's nothing. You know what I mean?
I just want them to Superman.
If they want to spend their money on that, let them spend it. It's their fucking money. Whatever.
I just hope one day they just cohesive. That's all I ask. All right. So we got wait, Pete, how far are you on What If? You all caught up?
No, I didn't see this week's episode.
Okay, all right.
What?
No problem. It was a doozy for sure. Okay. Let me know when you do see it though.
Keep you posted. I am enjoying the last two episodes prior to this week much more than I did the first two, because the last two were, as far as I was concerned, much more along the lines of what I expect from a What If comic book.
Exactly.
With it, like, it was not a happy ending. It was a fucked up ending. That's what If should be.
You'll enjoy this week's.
Okay.
You'll enjoy.
Okay.
All right. So then let's get into this Hawkeye trailer. Pete, I'll start off with you, man. Were you also getting Lethal Weapon Die Hard vibes out of this?
You know what? I didn't honestly think of that. Being like the Christmas theme and all. It looked like a fun trailer. Like some good comedy mixed in. I know nothing about Katie Bishop. I've never read a Young Avengers comic in my life. So I honestly thought it was Cassie. I thought it was his daughter for a minute there. And then I was like, oh wait, no, her name's not Cassie. It's fucking Katie. So like, I don't fucking know. I'm clueless. Like, all right, whatever. I'll go see it. I like Jeremy Renner, and I like him as Hawkeye, but I like him as an actor as well. So like, I'll check it out in a heartbeat. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I think the problem, or not the problem, but I think the funny thing is when Marvel, well, not Marvel, but when you had the opening scene of Endgame, of him teaching her how to shoot arrows, a lot of people just connected the dots of, oh, well,
I was one of them.
Right, it has to be her.
Do we know anything about like a villain or anything? What's her name from Black Widow cannot possibly be the main villain.
No, I think she'll just be like I think she'll just come in at a random point in the middle of the season to cause chaos.
Right. Matter of fact, I have it written down. Let me see.
And is she Ronin or was Katie dressed as Ronin?
That was Kate.
Oh, okay.
That was Kate. Yeah, that's Kate Bishop.
Okay. So as far as they haven't announced who the villain is, but one of the villains is Clown. He was a villain in the Hawkeye comic books as an assassin.
Okay. The Circus of Crime.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just know he's an assassin.
So Hawkeye had a miniseries, and there were a few circus themed villains that were holy shit, that were the villains of the antagonists of the story. So you had the ringmaster who had the top hat that was psychedelic. You had the juggling guys. You had
jumping guys. Those are my favorite.
You're right, JD.
The human cannon person.
Someone was theorizing. You know how in the trailer when he goes, "My past is catching up to me." A lot of people were theorizing we'll probably be going back to his past in the circus.
Okay.
And maybe that's what they're referring to.
So maybe Trickshot, the person that trained him.
Right.
Well, we know Swordmaster's in it too.
Right. Yes, he is in it.
That's official. Like,
which one?
Swordmaster. Jack.
Oh, Swordmaster. Okay. But which Swordmaster?
Jack.
The original one with the mustache.
Mustache.
Okay. So
the one who trained Hawkeye.
It's not tying into the Fenris twins and what they did with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. then, right?
I don't think so.
How it was Baron von Strucker's son?
No. I would say
they use that storyline more or less in that show.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so they're probably not gonna touch that.
Right.
I want to know.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, JD.
Oh, no, because while you were talking about it to Pete, I was watching the trailer. I hadn't seen it before. And the whole Rogers musical thing, I'm popping for that because I remember reading the comic books and seeing that Captain America was coming to Broadway. So to see them do it here looked really freaking cool. But how does it play into the story? That's what I want to know.
Wait, you saw an ad, or this was like a story within the comics that Captain America was coming to Broadway?
A legitimate advertisement, yeah.
Oh shit, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, and it was in the early. It's when comic books were still 65 cents. I'm sorry, that's why I have these great sideburns. Okay.
As far as the story,
prior to the Beta Ray Bill comics, okay, it's when Captain America and Falcon were in the book, but Falcon was not given billing on the front cover.
Well, as far as your question about story wise, Hawkeye takes place not long after Endgame, relatively close, and it also takes place well before the events of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So this is kind of like a celebration of Captain America, and that's kind of why the musical exists. I don't know if the musical will continue once Falcon becomes Captain America, but this is their way of just showing appreciation to Steve. Because remember, everyone thinks he's dead. Outside of the few military people that think they know he's on the moon, to the world, he died. So this is their way of celebrating him.
Right.
So I think that's probably all it has to do with the story, is just, kind of like an homage to Steve, and Clint's taking his kids because they know that he was with Steve. He's an Avenger. So I guess it's really just seeing himself amongst the other Broadway characters.
Is Linda Cardinale coming back?
We don't know. I don't. We might get her voice, but
yeah, I was gonna say I don't think she'll be a staple. I really don't think his kids will be in, but maybe one or two episodes. Because as you see in the trailer, he sends them away to go find out who's portraying Ronin. So I think it's just a phone call he might have with her. But I don't think so. Maybe towards the end of the season, maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
Hottie.
Yeah, I don't think so. Trust me, I would have loved to have seen her. But We got Vera, so I'm good. I'm good with Vera.
What part does Vera play in this?
She's Kate's mom.
Mother. Yeah.
Oh,
Eleanor. Right? Like Eleanor Bishop.
Yep.
okay.
And apparently, Swordmaster plays a close confidant to her character.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see if there's more to Eleanor in this story.
Yeah, and we know Echo's in it in the show. We got a shot of Echo in the show.
Right.
And there's rumors.
Oh, Echo's in there? Really?
Yeah.
Echo's in it. Yes. Yeah.
And she got her own show.
Shooting up on eBay.
Huh?
Her first appearance is shot up on eBay in
yeah.
book that was.
And she got her own series coming, so.
Yes, yeah, she has her own series coming too. Yeah.
Everybody got their own series coming. I ain't holding my breath.
Well, to be fair, apparently
apparently
Feige was so blown away with what they were doing with Echo. This got greenlit a while ago.
Yeah, so did Moon Knight.
Moon Knight's being filmed.
Wait. Oh, that's what you're saying, Pete. You're saying you're not holding your breath that the shows will come out?
No, I'm just not holding my breath that they'll come out before I get one of them nice JD sideburns going.
Well, Moon Knight's currently filming, so that'll probably come out next year. If not, probably closer to the year after. But they're actually filming that. So I'll say this. I'll say you can trust Marvel with these shows probably as much as you can trust anything. If Feige says out of his mouth these shows are coming,
right,
they're coming.
Especially if like
did She-Hulk wrap yet or no?
Say it again.
Did She-Hulk wrap yet or no?
I think
we heard
I think She-Hulk may have wrapped, but I'm not sure. They could still be filming. I'm not sure.
I think last time I heard they were still filming. It should not be far from wrapping. Moon Knight's, I think, well off from wrapping, but She-Hulk should be close. If it hasn't already wrapped.
And I think Secret Invasion might be already filming too.
Yeah. So we'll get more information on who, what's her name from Game of Thrones is actually, what her part in this whole story is going to be. So that'll be interesting. But all right, so I'm really excited for Hawkeye, and I really did enjoy the Christmas vibes. Because I believe this is a Christmas show just as much as Die Hard is a Christmas movie. So I love the vibes. I love the vibes in that.
The 3 movies.
100%.
There's 3 movies you got to watch on Christmas: Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, and Gremlins.
Gremlins.
My third one is different, but my 2 definitely consist of those first.
Wait. What's your third one?
My third one is always either Home Alone or Grinch.
Yeah.
Negative.
I always love Home Alone.
It's always Home
because
Alone.
it plays too much into the theme.
That's
you
the
gotta
point.
go with what's
I was about to say that's
Christmas.
the point. It's Christmas. I want to watch Christmas movies during
You gotta
much
watch
like
a
Christmas.
movie that has Christmas in it, but it's not billed as a Christmas
No,
flick.
I'm sorry,
That's a
JD.
different category.
To me, if for everything you love Die Hard for is what I love Home Alone for. Home Alone literally is Die Hard for kids. Legit, is Die Hard for kids.
True.
That's why it will always be top 3 of.
I love both of them, Home Alone and Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. But yeah,
okay.
that's in my list. I don't think I've seen Gremlins in years.
I love Gremlins.
No, I have no problem with it. I just don't think I've went back.
I think we're getting a spin-off, right? Or some shit, or a movie? No.
Are they?
Yeah, I think we're getting something.
All right, well, color me intrigued for that to see what they do with that. But all right, so let's move on. I'm really excited for that Hawkeye show. I really truly am. And people, leave Vincent D'Onofrio alone. Just leave him alone. All right.
Who said shit about Vincent D'Onofrio?
Everyone keeps assuming that he's in this series.
No. Not an assumption. Those are just rumors. There's people, not an assumption. Like you gotta.
That's another fucking thing I won't hold my breath for. Like Marvel's got the rights back to all of the Netflix characters. Use them. Start announcing shit.
Let me just say this. I said this yesterday, Pete. I do believe when it comes to rumors, there's usually smoke, right? I don't think that it's a coincidence that rumors of Vincent and Hawkeye, and then rumors of Charlie in Spider-Man, in these shows and movies are almost literally running
back
into
to back.
Exactly.
They'll run into each other.
I think there's some smoke to that fire. You know,
There better not be no fucking Mephisto smoke. Is all I gotta say.
That is very different smoke.
It's not different smoke.
It is.
Don't insult
no,
Juwan
you know
like
what?
that.
Time out.
Don't
It is
insult
different
Juwan.
smoke, and here's why it's different. The Mephisto one made more sense than not.
There was nothing. There was nothing coming from anywhere that it was coming. You know?
Oh no!
That, so you know, smoke. There was no Mephisto smoke. There was just clues, possibly. You know, oh, if you connect the right dots. But the smoke wasn't there. That's the difference.
No, there was no rumors, no reports, nothing. I just meant it made more sense from a story standpoint because it seemed like they were setting it up.
So what you're saying, Joel, is there was just a bunch of fanboy Cub Scouts with sticks like this.
Yeah, I believe that.
It was fan-made smoke, the Mephisto stuff.
Hell yeah, I had a whole bundle of sticks trying to light that.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I agree. There was a lot of like, if you connect the right dots, it looks like Mephisto's coming at some point, right?
Yeah,
I still believe it, but we'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, I mean, there is some smoke, and I'm not getting into it here, but I got into it with Joel a little bit about what that smoke could be for Hawkeye's connection to Kingpin. So,
and what's the smoke? Let me get a smoke. Let me smell the smoke. I want to know what the smoke is about.
Do you remember in the comics, Madame Mask had a flash drive of Hawkeye killing like a prime minister or something?
I do not remember that at all.
She had like
a mask.
Yeah, she had like a flash drive of Hawkeye killing somebody, and she was selling. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. No. Which Hawkeye? Pre M Day Hawkeye or
Clint?
Back to Life Hawkeye.
Oh, he's okay. I see what you're saying.
I'm
not even sure, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not
sure. I think it's all modern because I think it's all from the Fraction run. A lot of it.
Yes. This is close to the Fraction run, so it's not modern like.
Okay, I didn't read the Fraction run.
Let's post
right.
That.
Yes. So she was holding a silent auction to sell this evidence over Clint, and Kingpin was the one who wanted to buy it. In this trailer, there is a shot of a silent auction in this wine cellar before the wall collapses in. So that's just one of the clues. Again, it's a bit of a reach, I understand. But I'm just saying it's something that they can go with if they wanted to utilize. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
And there's a connection there because Echo's father is killed by the Kingpin, right?
Yep.
And her father shows up in the show. So at some point, I'm assuming he dies in the show. Mm-hmm. Who kills him?
Okay.
Right?
And Joel, aren't the henchmen? Don't they work for Kingpin? The
track connections to the Kingpin. Yeah, the tracksuit mafia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's like breadcrumbs, JD, but nothing to where it's just like they're definitely doing it. But there's breadcrumbs.
Yeah, we have no real confirmation, but smoke, like you said, we have smoke.
Just smoke. All right. Go ahead, JD. You were gonna say something?
No. I said all right. I was digging what you guys said.
All right. So now we get to. I want to ask this question before we get into our last big topic. I asked this yesterday on the MCR. When do you guys think we would get this Doctor Strange trailer? A lot of people are assuming it has to be after Spider-Man. I don't believe in that because you can structure the trailer that doesn't really give anything away from whatever they're doing in the Spider-Man. The trailer legit could just be around Strange and Wanda. And because we haven't seen Spider-Man, we would have no concept of what it's spoiling.
Well, you can put fake images like they do in Endgame.
Right.
Or Infinity War.
Right. So I'm like, you legit could do it. And the reason why I think it might come before the release of Spider-Man is this movie comes out in March. Spider-Man comes out in December. So you're literally fast tracking yourself between January and literally just the middle of February because, they have their huge, you know what I'm trying to say?
The business meeting thing.
Yes.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Yeah. And then the premiere.
The investors call.
Yeah,
right. The premiere is not the week that it comes out for us. The premiere is usually like 2 weeks before it comes out for everybody else. So it's cutting it close. Because we should have our second trailer by February.
We should have a trailer soon. Yeah, I want it for the investors meeting, but whenever.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
go ahead, JD. Go into it. Do you think?
No. What if it's a teaser, not a trailer? With the trailer
I'm fine with
coming out
whatever.
later.
Yeah.
I'm fine with whatever.
Okay.
I'm
Or like
100%
what you
fine.
said earlier, Juwan. If they put it at the end of fucking No Way Home, I'll take that too.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take that. That will drop jaws on it, especially if Spider-Man ends crazy and you're like, where are they going with this? Boom,
They
trailer.
did that with Captain America. That
Yes,
instead of
they did.
a stinger scene.
I was saying,
Only I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I apparently didn't stay long enough. I never knew that.
That's
but
a good idea, actually.
To me, that's smart marketing, especially if these movies literally go as hand in hand as we know they will. Put it right at the end. And then you can do your second trailer in February or towards the end of January. And in March, boom, movie comes out.
Boom,
Then
bam.
again, when Captain America dropped, Avengers was what, like another 6-7 months away, easily. I don't even remember. Might have even been a year away at that time.
I forget what the time period. But
Did it come after?
Well, Captain America came out 4th of July weekend. The first Avengers.
Did it really?
When did
Really?
Avengers come out?
Talk about
Yeah.
fucking
Avengers was then the following year in April.
Yes, that was almost a year. Almost
Yeah.
Okay.
several months away.
Yeah.
That's hurtful. That hurts.
Man, Avengers that weekend, that fucking week was incredible. That Avengers weekend. Oh
I
my
remember
god!
like it was yesterday.
Oh man, who would have thought we'd be where we're at now?
Right?
Good
God.
gracious. Oh man, I always just harken back to the feeling of seeing Thanos and just going, I don't understand. I don't understand how we just built the MCU and you're building to Thanos already.
Oh,
And then
nothing
just
was better than no
play
one
out.
knowing who it was. They're like, who the fuck is that?
Crazy. Wait, I'm sorry. This is slightly off topic, but no one has this answer for me. And I want to know. A lot of people are saying we'll get this answer in Eternals. I don't know. MCU has never told us where Thanos got the Mind Stone from.
What?
That's never been said.
The Mind
He
Stone?
gifted the Mind Stone to Loki in the
Oh.
Avengers movie.
Mhm.
No one ever told us where he got that shit from. So a lot of people are saying it was a gift from the Celestials to Thanos. It was a gift to him. Again, I'm not digging into that. I'm just saying they never said where he got it from.
Doesn't
That's all.
matter.
Where did the Mind Stone go after it left Loki's spear?
It went Vision, right? No, they
Yeah, it's
already
what
say the Vision.
Ultron used to make Vision.
Okay.
But to
They
answer your
break it
question,
down, it
sorry,
takes-
Hydra had it. After Loki,
Right.
Hydra had it.
And they apparently used it on the twins, right?
Yeah.
So-
Oh, how he got it in the first place, you mean?
Yes,
That's
yes.
what I'm saying.
Ah,
Because
okay.
remember, Thanos' henchman said he gave you this power. If you
Right.
fail, there's
Right.
nowhere you can hide.
Okay.
Again, it's not something that truly matters, but it's like we saw how he got all the other stones or heard about it.
Yeah.
Never once went to how he got that one.
Well, they fucking skipped over how he got the Power Stone. We know how he got it, but I very much
That was supposed to be a deleted scene. You know, that was
really-
storyboarded and everything.
I really
and-
wanted to see that.
Yeah,
I
they
did
should
too.
have. Speaking of fucking guys, don't hold your breath for. Where the fuck is Nova already? That shit should have been. He should have been in the MCU already.
He's coming. The reason why I think he's
Yeah,
coming
so's
very
Christmas.
soon. I think he's coming very soon is
Probably
So am
not
I, but it
before
takes
Christmas.
pills these days.
if what seems like is going to happen in James Gunn's next and last Guardians movie that he's doing, apparently someone's dying. So there will be a vacancy that someone will fill, and I think Nova at some point will fill that vacancy.
Tracks.
Did we ever find out what that third mysterious Easter egg was?
And what?
In Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn was all like, nobody's figured out the third Easter egg. Fucking dweeby ass motherfucker.
It must not have been that much of a good one, because the fact that no one has found it out, it must not be.
Didn't he reveal it himself?
I have no idea.
He said that I don't know if it was the one they're talking about. But he said somebody got half of it, but not all of it. And I'm like, well, we don't even know which one who got half of it, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, at some point, just say it, or no one cares anymore. But just say it.
Yeah,
Like the
I'm
Mind
good.
Stone. Nobody cares where it came from.
Unless it's
It's
I
like
do.
Ving Rhames' briefcase in Pulp Fiction. You don't need to know what's in it. You just need to know that they got it.
I
It's a
100% want to know, because it's like, where was it? Where was it that he went and got it?
I don't care. You know.
I'm curious. I would like to know, and I hope I hope maybe it's something tied to the Eternals movie. That would be dope.
We got it from Selma Hayek.
Look, I'll take that. I'll take a scene of her just going here and him just going thank you, and then that's it. I have no problem with that. But Joel, do you think we'll get it before this Doctor Strange trailer, before or after Spider-Man's release?
Preferably before. Well, I have no idea when.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying, you know, like I was saying to start this off, you know, it would just create too many questions. But to me, we know that the Spider-Man movie is about the multiverse. And I saw a full trailer of Morbius that created more questions than it did answers. Why was that the suit that was spray painted on the wall? Why was there a sign that says, "Where is Spider-Man?" So I'm like, that trailer came out before Spider-Man, and that's nothing but questions.
Well, I kept getting pushed back too. We should have seen Morbius a year ago.
100%. So I'm like, no, I'm not of the mindset that just because something creates questions, it shouldn't come out before. Morbius did it, and that was nothing but questions.
I'm with Pete. I don't really care about watching Morbius at all.
I'm definitely gonna. I'll tell you how it is when I'm gonna watch it.
I will 100% tell you, I can't wait to see this movie. Yeah. Apparently, it seems like it's smack dab in the MCU. I gotta know. I gotta know.
Yeah. I gotta see how Venom does. There's a lot of shit going on with Venom now, so I can't wait to see this fucking. It's not even a long movie. It's like an hour and a half.
And it's taking a lot of inspiration from that very first Morbius comic. And a lot of that trailer really did.
Rise of the Midnight Suns?
Huh?
Rise of the Midnight Suns? The 90s one?
No. Was that the one where the freighter, where it was where he was killing people on the freighter?
No, this is the one where he teamed up with like Ghost Rider and the Darkhold Redeemers.
No, not that one then.
Oh, so you mean the second volume where he was running around with a hoodie and he befriended a little girl?
I think that is the one. Because I remember the boat scene. That's why it stuck out to me in the trailer so much.
I got a question for you old comic book heads, but I don't know.
Now we're on the spot. I hope you notice.
My first interaction with Morbius was the cartoon, Spider-Man cartoon. I didn't know about him obviously before that. And in the cartoons, they gave him suction cups on his fucking hand. It didn't bite people, you know. Was that a thing in the comic books, or is that just
no? He had to have suction cups on his hands, and he had to drink plasma because a vampire who just bit people and drank blood was, that was unacceptable for kids. But fucking suction cups on your hands, that was infinitely more fucking warping. Yeah. Who okayed that? That was like somebody saw Vampire Hunter D and said, "Do 5 of those crazy motherfuckers."
Yeah. But when they introduced the vampires with Blade, they didn't fucking use suction cups.
No, not a real.
Well, Blade, that is true.
Because Morbius was not a vampire.
He was a living vampire. Yeah,
a living vampire. And that's how they got away with it. That's why it was Werewolf by Night.
Yeah. That's why I still to this day want to know what Guillermo was going to do with that end credit scene of Morbius for Blade 2, I think it was, or the first Blade.
I think it was Blade 1.
It was Blade 1. I want to know what he was going to do with that. Where was he going with that? No. I'm sorry. Guillermo didn't direct the first Blade. No, he directed the second one. Sorry. I want to know what whoever directed the first one, where he was going with that, and if that was going to be a Blade
villain, probably.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
Wait, what was the end credit?
It was just Morbius standing on top of a building. Yeah. And I think Blade just looked
the way it ended. I think it's supposed to be the way it ended in the originally, but instead of
random camera's supposed to scroll up,
and it's supposed to you're supposed to see Morbius,
which is funny because when you see the deleted scene, you have no idea who the hell that was supposed to be.
Wasn't it
the director? The theater like I don't know. Wait,
I don't know who cut it out, but fuck them.
It wasn't the director standing in a long trench.
It literally could have been, but when you see that, there was no way you would have known that was Morbius. There's just no way. That would have been the equivalent of Thanos just talking and never turning around. Like, I don't know the fuck that's supposed to be. Who is that? But all right, let's move on. All right, so we got a Matrix trailer, pretty long Matrix trailer. I think it was almost 3 minutes. This was trippy. It was legit, completely trippy. Pete, I'll start off with you, man. What were your thoughts on this Matrix trailer?
I'm a big fan of the Matrix series. People do not like the sequels. I have no real problem with them. You know, they got cornier as they went on. The CGI still offends me on several scenes. It offended me then. It's worse now. But I still like where the story went. You know, like I had no problem with it. And seeing it now, like, okay, I'm intrigued to see what's going on. Is this a system within a system that the machines just never give up control in the first place and trick us into thinking that they did? Did they just have a whole other shit? They let these humans live and we got a whole other crop of humans somewhere else? Is this a totally different Neo? Is this another one that we're seeing? Why? The thing that offends me the most, and I know that the Wachowski sister that's doing this now said that there's like a reason for the Morpheus recasting. For me, there is only one Lawrence Fishburne. As much as I like this other dude from
Abdul Mateen, the third or the second?
Second.
I think it's the third,
yeah, he's in a fucking 1,000 things now.
Yeah.
I like him, but man, he ain't Lawrence Fishburne. So like, you better come up with a good reason that Lawrence isn't there. Because first I heard he didn't want to come back, and then I heard that he was never asked to come back. So
that's what he said out of his own mouth, that he never got a phone call.
Right, and that to me is far more offensive because it's Lawrence Fishburne. So bring his ass back. You better have a good reason for that, is all I have to say. And just tell me a good story. I don't care. I know there's mad people like looking for little Easter eggs and shit in the background. Like somebody was pointing out the bust of Agent Smith in the background of one of the psychiatrist offices, some shit.
Yep.
I just seen that like a half hour before we started filming. So like I was like, oh, that's interesting.
So Hugo Weaving is coming back?
No,
Hugo Weaving will not come back.
Hell no. Hugo made that very clear.
He just said he's done with like epic movie series. Like nothing personal. I don't want to do those anymore. He's one of them like, you know, artsy character actors. He just wants to do one-off films and hey, do your thing. Like I think he's a great actor.
Priscilla, Queen of the Desert Part 2.
Yeah, totally I'll never disparage the man. Like do your thing.
No, but what you were saying is true, Pete. Because the trailer starts off with me. I was telling Joel, with me thinking that was a simulation. Because everything in that psychiatrist's office is blue. The glasses, the fishbowl, the pills he subscribed.
I noticed the blue pills, and like the blue pill, red pill thing. Yeah.
So I think he prescribed him those blue pills to keep him out of knowing the reality or the simulation he was in. It was downers. It was to keep him. It was to keep him from really realizing everything around him. So I thought that was really interesting. And then the scene you see where he's just pouring them all out. And then it gives you more levity when Morpheus offers him the red pill. Because then you go, oh, okay, I get it now. Because I remember what the blue pill and the red pill were. But no, I mean, look, I told Joel my biggest question marks were, A, you ended this. Why the fuck are we back here? And it's not just a reboot. I told Joel, and Joel even agreed with me. I could have sworn Michael B. Jordan was supposed to be in this fucking movie. Apparently, he was originally attached and then walked away, and then this movie fizzled out.
Oh, really?
But I never remember him dropping out. I only remember when I heard the rumor that he was going to be in it. So that's why I thought, oh, it's a reboot, and maybe he's the new chosen one or whatever. And then when I saw the trailer, I was just like, no Michael B. Jordan. And everyone looked at me like I was an idiot, like, he's not in it. And I'm like, oh, okay. I did not know. But yeah, that was my first biggest question. My second one was, the other Wachowski sister said she didn't really understand the need to revisit this story. It was Lana's idea. So she kind of just wanted Lana to kind of just do this on her lonesome. So I'm really curious, what was so important of bringing this back? One of the sisters just said, I can't agree with it. Like, if you want to do it, sure. But I don't understand why. We ended it. He sacrificed himself the end of the war.
Sounds like somebody's feeding their fucking drug habit, and the other system's like, do
Ooh.
your thing.
Yep.
I like to say inflammatory shit with nothing to back it up.
Don't worry. I'm
part of me-
overconfident enough to agree with you. Yes.
It's Hollywood, for fuck's sake.
Part of me is okay with this coming back because I'm like, well, if the third one wasn't a true ending and this one is really good, maybe we can just get rid of the third movie altogether and then just have Matrix, Reloaded, and then this one and just completely get rid of that third movie altogether. I'm okay with that. The Morpheus thing didn't really bother me because to me, if you're going to do something that bold, your reasoning has to be something that's way more than money. It has to be something story-wise that you thought you just had to do. So I'm just curious to see what it is, because that's a bold move. That's a real bold move. And I put so much respect on Yahya for accepting it. I really do. I mean, we saw what The Rock said when he was approached to do Terminator. There's no fucking way I would ever do that. There's just no way. No way I'm walking in Arnold's shoes. So to see someone step up and take on such a legendary role, gotta have the ball.
He did get the rub from Arnold. Remember that?
Yes. What movie was that? Takedown?
The Rundown.
Rundown. That was it.
Rundown.
He got the rub.
That was a classic scene. Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy because I'm like, I don't think I'll ever see anybody I look at and go, that's the Terminator more than The Rock. Obviously outside of Arnold, but that's just legit who it has to be passed down to. And I think what it'll take.
Oh, you didn't think Clash of the Titans guy who was jacked up was not a good substitute?
All right, so JD, what were your thoughts on this Matrix trailer?
Yes, Worthington.
Worthington, that was it.
I hated that whole fucking summer of Sam Worthington. It was just Sam after Sam after Sam after Sam after Sam. God, Hollywood was trying to make us love that fucking.
He was super jacked for that Terminator. Just saying.
He was. And you know what's crazy? I did not hate that movie.
I liked it.
I did not hate it.
I liked it too. All right, before we get to the Matrix for a second, I found something out recently that made me really happy. So, all right, the lead stuntman from the Matrix, the original series, who was the director of John Wick, he was Brandon Lee's stunt double on The Crow, and it was his face that was put on the makeup in the cracked mirror.
Oh, cool.
So I'm like, that was cool, man. You know, I mean, whenever something new is coming out, right? They find all these connections. So hearing all that stuff, I'm like, oh, so it's apt to bring it up now with the Matrix stuff. I'm digging it. I'm a big fan of Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. You know, I remember seeing him in the Get Down. I remember seeing him in I was gonna call it Bay Ridge, Baywatch.
He was in Baywatch.
He was in Baywatch. You know,
He was just
I saw him in the Wolverine Circus movie. Where Logan did Ringling Brothers. What's his name?
Oh, he was in that too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Don't confuse me with the wordplay you gave me there. I'm like,
Don't you dare call him over.
Oh, dude, see, that's how I refer to movies.
Song
now.
and dance.
I don't know the name of the movie, and I don't even know the name of the actor.
Ringling
I know
Brothers,
it's
you're right.
you know the role that he's most known for. Like the Prestige is Logan versus Bruce Wayne fighting for the love of Black Widow. That's what the Prestige is.
wait, just to know that if JD had control of the internet, that's how kids in the future will look back on that movie. Like,
fuck yeah.
You don't remember when Wolverine was fighting Batman for the love of Black Widow? And then you watch it, and just like, none of that is happening in this movie. Like, what was he talking about?
Dude,
no, I just meant the actors. That's it. It's just
yeah, you want me to do another one? All right, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. That was some geeky kid from Canada fighting Captain Marvel, Captain America, and Superman to keep his girlfriend the Huntress. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's it.
That was that movie, yeah.
And the
Come
Punisher.
on.
Punisher was
I
in
can
it
do this
too.
whole fucking. Give me another one. Give me another one. I can do a fucking other one. You know what I mean?
I love
it. So you know, I mean, so he was in that movie. He was Black Manta. He was fucking great as Dr. Manhattan. And
Yes, he
fucking
was.
Candyman, Jesus fucking Christ! If you have not seen Candyman
I
yet,
haven't seen it yet.
oh my God! Definitely has the Jordan Peele stuff. Definitely touches on, you know, a lot of the subtext from Watchmen and from Lovecraft Country, you know. So I will follow him. Not saying that I wouldn't follow Lawrence Fishburne, but seeing him in this role in the Matrix, I could dig it because has punched his geek cred card with me, you know, big time, you know, many times over, right? So I'm down with him. We spoke about this pre-show, you know what I mean? The whole Matrix John Wick connection, right? Is he in the John Wick world? Which one of my closest friends is like, dude, that's where he is. I'm like, you're reading a little fucking too much into it.
For sure.
You know, where does this play in the timeline? Is this right after the husk of Neo gets plugged back into the Matrix after 3, and his body is just like, you know, rejecting the ideology, like your body rejects, you know, an organ transplant and stuff like that, and the leftovers are trying to find him. That's why you've got Colleen Wing looking for him, right? Or the Sand Snake, yes, whatever. See, dude, I don't know her name. Jessica.
I love Jessica Henwick. She's my
Henwick.
I love Jessica.
But she's Colleen, dude. She's Colleen for me. So what should we call it? You know, have her find him. I'm down with that. I think that gives her a big push. How does Trinity fit into this? Is Trinity a plant, or is Trinity really, you know, connected to a body in the server?
The real Trinity.
I don't know.
Well, there's a shot in the trailer of both of them coming out of like this water with like all kinds of wires hooked up to them. So I'm like, I don't know, man. When I rewatched this trailer, the one thing I noticed was you never see anyone jack in. They're already in the Matrix. You never see anyone with the hole in the back of the head. Nothing. It all is within the Matrix. So I thought that was interesting. Lana left that out of the trailer because I guess we're supposed to focus on this being in the Matrix. And a lot of what you see in the trailer is reliving that first movie. Morpheus offering the pill, Trinity's back to the agents, and then running up the wall. You know, there's even a big projection screen of Neo when he's getting taken over by the agents in the first movie. They're watching it. So I'm like, they're reliving a lot of that first movie in this. So I'm guessing this is supposed to all come full circle. But like you were saying, JD, timeline wise, I have no idea, because the last time we saw Neo, as far as we knew, he was dead. So
he was dead, or his body was brought back into the Matrix, or was his body recycled?
No, remember, his death was the sacrifice that the robots had accepted to peace.
Right. See, I stopped paying attention to the Matrix when the guy in white with all the million TVs showed up. You know, the dad from Underworld. You know, I couldn't. Whatever he was talking about, I was fucking lost, dude. I was even more lost when Will Ferrell tried to do the recreation of it on Saturday Night Live.
That was like, hilarious.
You fucked my head up even more, you know? And I consider myself a pretty intelligent person. And I could not, I've watched it, you know, a few times, and I was just like, fuck it, I give up, you know?
I'm going to rewatch it now. I'm going to rewatch it now.
Yeah, show me the truck scene that they recreated in G.I. Joe, and you know, I'm all with it. You know, look, it wasn't something I was looking forward to, like, you know, but now that I saw the preview, I'm like, okay, you know, I'll watch it. I'm not saying I won't.
Yeah, I'm 100% interested to see what they do with this, because I was telling Joel, and I'm gonna go to you, Joel, before we wrap this up. My biggest question just is, heading into this movie, is this something you're going to give more legs to, and from this spawn more movies? And if you do, I'm just really curious how this sets the table for that. I think at this point, seeing that Tom Cruise is on Mission Impossible 47, it's just like, I don't think anyone would truly have an issue if Matrix movies continued with Keanu Reeves. I don't think anyone would be like, no, stop that. This movie just has to be good, and I think people will be fine with it going.
Okay. I'm sorry. While you're bringing that up,
Mm-hmm.
let me add to that before you go on to Joel. Right. So you got the Tom Cruise. He stays doing the thing. You got Keanu's Renaissance. Mm-hmm. Would you watch? Oh my God, Brendan Fraser in a new Mummy movie?
Sure. I mean, here's the main reason why, JD. I need for us to do as much extensive work to wipe Tom Cruise's Mummy off the map. And I think if you bring Brendan back to do another Mummy, it would succeed in doing that. Just wiping that shit off the map. So yes, I'm down.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
I'm 100% down.
I love Brendan, so I wouldn't say no to it. But he's not. He's nowhere near in the shape he used to be.
He could get back there.
But wait, time out. Hold on, Joel. Wouldn't that be some of the appeal? Seeing him out of shape, trying to run from.
Oh shit! Cool
that would be some of the appeal. Just seeing him, just like, wow, I cannot do this shit anymore. No more. Oh my God!
Time has not been good to me.
So does he come back with the family, or are they all dead? Oh,
I would like him to come back with the family. I would like. Him to
really?
Well, last time, what's the name? What's the name? Wasn't in it for the third one.
Recasted her.
Right. Yeah. They did, and it was not Vera Farmiga. It was oh my God. Acts of Violence.
I'm completely.
History of Violence.
Naomi Watts.
No.
Talking about the girl.
The wife, right?
Talking about the new girl.
Oh my God! From the bar dancing movie. What's her name? Oh my God! That she was Kevin James's wife in Grown Ups. Oh shit!
Oh, I don't remember what her name is.
Maria Bello.
That's when she got smashed by Viggo Mortensen in Acts of Violence.
Oh, that's right. That was
on the staircase. That was a hot
scene. Yeah. History of Violence was a dope flick, though. Not for nothing.
Yeah, bro.
But I wasn't thrilled with the Tom Cruise Mummy flick, but I gotta give credit where it's due. Fucking Russell Crowe as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was dope.
Okay. And the girl that is the one was good too.
She was, but I mean, I don't want to come off like a sexist, but it would have been Boris Karloff's a dude, whatever.
No, whatever the fuck they tried to do with Tom Cruise was what fucked up that movie.
That was the dumb shit, yeah.
What was that?
But like losing out on those two, and the idea of missing out on Javier Bardem as fucking Frankenstein, that alone was worth the price of admission for a Universal monster.
As the Invisible Man.
As who?
I mean, JD,
the Invisible Man. He was going to be the Invisible Man.
Right, they had fully casted that whole Monsters universe.
Yeah,
really.
And then because the Mummy was so abysmal, and then they had the issues with DC over trying to call it whatever universe. What universe are they trying to call it, Joel?
Dark Universe.
The Dark Universe. So then they had the whole battle with DC over that. And then at that point, they were just like, it's costing us way too much money.
That Mummy movie did so bad, it crumbled the whole universe.
We missed out.
The whole universe. Yeah.
Oh, and I was so excited for that universe, too.
I was, too.
They were talking to The Rock for the Wolfman. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Really?
They were building something truly special.
I can never remember the guy's name. Luke something, I think, he was in that new Dracula flick that focused mostly on Vlad Tepes, and he was in the Hobbit. That was supposed to be part of that.
Yeah.
Luke
Evans.
That's right.
Luke Evans. That's it.
I love Dracula.
That was a good ass movie, yo.
It was. I was surprised. I did not think it was going to be good.
Yeah, but as far as this monster universe is, Ryan Gosling is supposed to be Invisible. No, not Invisible Man. I'm sorry. Wolfman. Yeah. So far we got Invisible Man with is her name Elizabeth Moss? Yes, Elizabeth Moss. Yeah. Invisible Man with her, and then Ryan got we don't know yet if these are all going to be connected. But the Monster Universe movies are.
Wait, Elizabeth Moss, the Handmaid's Tale girl.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you saw
Oh no,
it.
he was.
Oh, wait, that was-
He was just.
That was the most recent Invisible Man
Yeah,
flick.
that was Invisible
Right,
Man.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was
That's what I'm
dope.
talking about.
That was dope.
Yeah.
That was a really cool, like, modern take on that shit. Did you see that, Jay?
No.
Oh,
You
good
gotta
flick.
see it.
Watch
gotta-
that.
You never
It's
saw the new
really
Invisible Man? Oh
No,
my
but he was a
God.
monster. He wasn't a
Dude,
monster.
no
No,
spoilers,
no.
man. Just watch the flick.
Just
Watch
watch
the
it.
flick.
Just watch it. Just watch
Okay.
it. Just watch it.
Okay.
It's worth your time.
That movie's good.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Not for nothing, though. If anybody really wants to see like a covalent monster universe, and I'm using this term loosely because it's just one flick, watch Monster Squad. One of the most classic movies to come out.
Thank you.
If you gentlemen have not seen that, please
JD
watch
got
that movie.
So happy. JD's like, yeah.
I believe it's on.
I-
It should be on
It's
HBO
on.
Max.
No,
Watch
no,
that movie.
it's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon. Okay.
It was on
I'll
because
check
I showed.
it out.
showed
I've
to,
always wanted to watch it. I never watched it. I want.
Dude,
I showed it to the
you got a
missus
kid, right?
today.
You got a daughter?
Yeah.
How old's your daughter? Am I
It's
asking?
like she's gonna be 5.
Perfect. That was when I saw it. Perfect age for her. This
Yeah.
like it's
Is
such a
Is it for kids? Pete?
yo. Okay, it's got like a
100%.
couple of little like 80s adult themes, but it's a PG movie.
It's
Oh, okay,
Goonies.
okay.
It's Goonies with monsters.
Monsters.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's
Goonies with monsters, bro. It's great.
I would call it the answer to like the 80s come out. There was like the Lost Boys and shit, and every kid wanted to go see it, but some parents were like, nah. Then they came out with Monster Squad, and like, here's your monster flick. So good. And totally
Bro.
like it's a heartwarming movie.
Oh, yep. The little girl's dog was Frankenstein.
Yeah.
The way a kid bonds with a pet is the way the 5-year-old little sister bonded with Frankenstein.
Come on, you guys. He's friendly. Don't be chicken shit.
Oh my God, that was great.
So
Wolfman
good.
got nods.
Wolfman's. My buddy Sandman's birthday was the other day. This is how we fucking greet each other. I fucking texted him like, yo, Sandman, Wolfman's got nards. He's like, thanks, buddy. That was a happy birthday.
Bro, the creature from the Black Lagoon was the best he's ever looked.
Yep.
Ever. Ever.
I'll check it
Billy
out.
Noonan as Frankenstein.
I met
guy
the
that
dude who was
played,
Dracula.
Yeah. Zorro, right? He played
Uh,
Zorro.
Was he Zorro? I don't remember.
He was Zorro. Yeah, he was Zorro in the remakes in the 80s.
I met him at like a lowly convention in New Jersey, and he was there. I was like, oh my God, it's fucking Monster Squad, dude.
Yeah. Remember the Jerry O'Connell fake Superboy TV show?
Yeah.
So that-
My Secret Identity.
There you go.
We met
So-
Jerry O'Connell.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
John took
Yeah,
a picture.
Jerry
I
O'Connell.
blurred
was
it out.
second? Which one?
What?
Yeah, Jerry O'Connell's the nicest guy. I loved him until I found out who he was married to. As
Yeah.
soon as I found out,
And she was there too.
Romaine. My that is my all-time crush. Her is Mystique. That's my all-time crush. And when Joel was like, "Oh
Really?
yeah, that's his wife," I was just like, "Fuck you, Jerry!" Like, I hate your guts. But yeah, I love Rebecca.
She was there too.
I didn't know they were married.
Yeah.
See,
They're
see,
married.
Pete. See, it's just like, wait, what? Because I remember telling Joel he is really handsy. And Joel's like, yeah, because that's his wife. And I was just like, I'm sorry, what? Hold on, what? But no, yeah, great guy. Rebecca Romaine's even more beautiful.
We
in
sat
person.
right next to them at the during the screening.
We did.
That's
we really
awesome.
did.
The screening of what?
The Reign
Reign
of
of
Superman. Yeah.
Did
Because
you
he was
sit next to
Superman
him
and she
or
was-
her?
Huh?
Huh?
Well, we were, there was
Sit
an
next to
aisle.
him or her?
There was an aisle between
He was closer
us
to
and
us
Jerry
than
O'Connell.
he
Yeah.
was.
And I took a flash by my accident. It was dark, and I had that phone I had before sucked. All right, so it exposed me.
I was gonna say, like, if they was right next to you, you had some popcorn, you pull that old trick with the hole in the bottom, like,
Yeah. Joel, wait, I forgot that. So you just said that. What?
He got pissed off?
No, he was cool about it, but I was like, I didn't want to make it out me. I was right next to him.
Oh my God. Now, it's only funny because you guys, we can't even show you how close we were to them. So you know how uncomfortable that flash going on would have been.
It was dark. I was like,
wow,
fuck,
hilarious.
man, stupid phone. And I looked over, he's smiling. And I was like, fuck.
I would have just took another picture at that point. Like, fuck it.
That's
Oh
great.
my God. All right. Yeah, no, Tony Todd was there too. He was awesome. He was sitting all the way up top by his lonesome guy.
I met him. Oh. He's a super nice dude.
Yeah,
you wouldn't expect it because he's so scary.
Right.
Very scary.
That's where we also we talked to Jerry Conway, right? The writer of the Death of Superman. Yeah. So
and that was like our 9th time seeing Cress Williams too. It was just like when don't we see you, Cress Williams? Like enough already.
It's our 3rd interview with him. Like,
right. And he still had no idea who we were, so that was great.
He's like,
all right, so I want to get into our very last topic so we can get out of here. I want to start with you, Joel. You can only pick 2 if you even have one, if you even have to. But what are the 2 franchises that are untouchable? Like you can't reboot it, you don't need to bring it back. You just
Knicks and Giants. I don't touch them.
Oh, you thought I meant
that's all right, man, because it don't look like they're making a comeback anytime soon.
But what movie franchises are you putting up there as untouchable?
I don't really have one per se. As long as I have the originals, I'm good. So for me to say that there's no untouchable franchises, it's hard because I don't mind something being updated and brought to modern day. I really don't, because I actually look forward to that. It sucks when it doesn't work out, like RoboCop. I love RoboCop, and I was excited for this new RoboCop. They shit the bed. I let them shit the bed. I wasn't mad that they tried, but it sucked. But guess what? I still have my RoboCop.
Joel, remind me, was that 209 even in that movie?
Remember?
It was a variation of it. Yes.
Was it?
I was so drunk by the end of that.
They didn't use the music. He looked like an anorexic version of RoboCop. It was like I didn't.
By the way, good expression. Shit the bed. I only know one other friend of mine that uses that, and it's fantastic.
It is
such a good expression.
Gets to the point.
It is. Yep. It is. Like there's no gray area. You know exactly what I mean when I say that.
Yeah, I thought I shit on myself today, but it's just that I had so much sweat going down my ass. It hit it, formed a bubble. I'm like, oh my god, I shit on myself.
JD would be the one that's like, oh, I thought you literally meant I shit the bed.
I'm proud to say I've never been that drunk.
I don't think anyone legally should ever be that drunk. That you're not sure. If you have to ask that question,
it's not just drunk. It's accessibility. Okay.
We are moving
on
from that. Oh my God, JD.
From a bathroom.
No. You've given too much detail. It's okay.
Yes.
So
sometimes you have in that dream though that you already took the walk. That's the problem.
God, no. I've done that with pee. If I ever did that with poop, I'd burn my whole body.
That's the problem.
The whole body has to go.
Gotta get a whole ass new body, like a RoboCop.
Yeah, the whole body is gone. I don't deserve.
You're saving this part of his body.
But so Joel, you're saying that you don't have an untouchable. Okay. No, I like that. And you know what? I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you because the one movie I've always held on to as my untouchable was Godfather. But my dad said this to me. He said, so you're telling me that if Martin Scorsese said he's doing essentially what Godfather 2 was, which was a prequel mixed in a sequel, if they did a prequel with Leonardo DiCaprio as Don Corleone, you wouldn't be the first one in theaters? And I said, holy shit. Yeah, I would. I for sure would. I can't even lie. I would. So I'm like, at that point, it's just like, if Godfather to me is an untouchable, and I deem that as the crescendo, nothing is untouchable. You could really just do whatever you want. You really could. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, Joel, and I always try to tell people this, especially when Lion King came out, because they're doing a live action Lion King, and it's not what the original was per se, it doesn't take away the animated movie. You could just never watch the live action anymore and just always watch the cartoon. You don't lose anything.
A more current thing that they're doing, like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They're doing a more serious, dramatic version of it called the Fresh Prince, right?
Yeah, the Fresh Prince.
Oh no, it's called Bel-Air or some shit.
Oh no, because it's based off of that short that the guy directed.
And Will Smith is producing it.
Right.
They have a cast now that's going to be on Peacock or whatever the fuck it is, and a lot of people hating on it. Now I haven't seen it yet. I can't hate on it until I watch it, in my opinion. But like I understand, because like That's a classic comedy. We grow up. You don't want to see it be redone without Will Smith. It's so weird. But
let me say this though, Joel. Here's why people should get on board for that. Do you know what the alternative was?
No.
4 years ago, Will Smith was talking to NBC on getting Jaden to be Will Smith's actual son, but it's the story from Jaden. So it's Jaden going through what Will went through in a whole new scenario of life. That's what was originally was going to happen.
Be backwards, he's rich. You go to the hood.
Exactly.
He's gonna send him to Philly.
He's gonna say, "Go experience being broke." But Jaden they were going to do a reboot with Jaden being the lead. And
I personally like Jaden to never be on television. Ever.
Yeah,
I love Jaden. I personally do. I think he makes awesome music. Acting wise, okay, sure, no problem. I don't necessarily need
it's truly heartwarming to hear you talk and just be so non-disgruntled and not disenfranchised with life in general. It's a nice contrast to my overall, charming disposition.
Pete, I tell you this all the time. I said this when we were in theaters, and you guys are just like, "Oh, fucking Justin Bieber, ill." And I just walked in, and I was just like, "I personally love Justin Bieber's music." And you're just, "What did you just say?" And I'm like, "I will never lie. I will never lie. If I like something, I like it. I won't shy away from that shit."
That's why we get along. Like, you're like that one fucking shining beacon, and I'm like, I fucking hate everything.
To me, I kind of feel like if you have to hide any part of you, everything to me at that point is disingenuous. So it's like, shit, if you like it, fuck, you like it. Who cares? But all right, so JD, I'll go to you next. Is there any movie franchise to you that is just untouchable?
Movie franchise. So franchise, we're talking 2 or more, or a spinoff from another, right?
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, dude. While you guys are talking, I'm trying to think, and it's like I got nothing, because what I would have said was sacred has been bastardized. Star Wars has been fucking ripped to shreds, man.
Ripped to shreds?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, no, dude. This is gonna sound like a bad analogy, but it's the perfect analogy, right? It's a pig, it's a pig that at the barbecue they use the whole hog. So every piece of the fucking hog of Star Wars has been split up at the barbecue, man. You know what I mean? You're even using the fucking bones for something else. For movie wise, dude, I got nothing, man. Like I'm trying to go through the catalog, and I'm like, Wreck-It Ralph? No. G.I. Joe was shit. Fucking
only go up from here.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's your starting point, yeah, you can only go up from that.
But dude, it's like what movie franchise? Like Die Hard, they went 6 episodes on that, and it was just like, you didn't need to.
They're doing
John Wick is,
no.
John Wick is good.
Yeah.
But with John Wick, they're exploring every avenue. That's why we had, what's her name? With her dogs. That was going to be a spinoff.
John Wick's been good so far.
It's not looking good?
No, I said it's been good so far.
Oh, yeah.
China hasn't gotten into like has-been mode yet. I give up on life.
I don't know, dude.
So a lot of people, they only remember him from Matrix. So between Matrix and the first John Wick movie, it's kind of just like, well, I haven't seen him in forever. So it's like, so a lot of people are just like, well, welcome back, sir. It's really hard to grow stale of somebody that to a lot of people just came back.
It's like
literally all the movies he's done in between then.
I would have asked the question the other way. I'm like, what movies should have been franchised that or need the reboot that haven't been? And I would have said Kroll, Beastmaster, and Jim Cotta.
Conan. What made Conan bad? Well, a real good one, not like the last one.
No, because they fucked up Conan.
That doesn't mean you should stop. Just make it better.
Dude, they
that
fucked
is
up
true.
like Conan
It was
the
good
Destroyer
casting, just everything
Look
around.
at Green Lantern. They did
13.
Green Lantern. It fucked up. Never do it again. What are you, retarded? You keep going. Figure it out.
Get it right.
Up, kid.
No,
You know,
just when you
I
fuck
don't
up,
know.
you
I got
stop.
nothing. I got nothing here, guys, on that one.
Yeah, I mean, look, you made a good point. It does seem like where the world is now, everything is being rebooted or redone or continued.
Right? I mean, but why have they touched Darkman? Let's get back to Darkman.
They are. There's a rumor. It's
They
just a
are?
rumor. There's a rumor that they might reboot Darkman.
Really?
Yeah, it hasn't been like
With
officially
Raimi?
confirmed. I don't know. I didn't read that far.
You know,
Joe, I just saw the headline and said, "All right."
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw the rumor. I didn't, and it's from somewhere I pretty much trust. But I didn't read up into it. So.
So I got nothing, kid. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, look, I mean, I mainly made this question like this, and then Pete, I'm going to go to you to close this out. I made the question like this because, to me, I really do feel as though we've been kind of watered down to the point to where it's kind of just like, well, there really isn't anything that's off limits at this point. You know,
Right.
so it legit just comes down to,
look at Pete.
you
Look
know,
at Pete. Let's
Pete,
go.
I'm gonna go right to you, man. So, what are your thoughts on this? What are some of the untouchables?
I just got finished yet another run through of the extended editions. Do not touch my original Lord of the Rings. They are fucking perfect. Don't touch.
So
you
wait,
can make whatever spin-offs you want. The Hobbit was okay. I don't think it needed to be 3 movies, but that's a whole other song and dance.
I love those 3 Hobbit movies.
I liked them. I genuinely liked them. I think it could have done in 2 movies because you know why? Here's why. I had plans to bookend my fucking Lord of the Rings box set. One on one end, one on the other. You made 3, you fucked me all up.
It does slap one right there.
Because it has beginning and end of rings, and I'm like, I gotta put it in the front of it. My OCD was really annoyed at that.
That is funny, actually.
I'm excited for the Silmarillion story, and you know they're gonna throw some Aragorn shit in there because, all right, Viggo Mortensen was awesome. Whoever the fuck they yes, all right, just go with it. I really just want to see Morgoth. That like Sauron was awesome. Give me fucking Morgoth. But that again, that's a whole other show. As far as other shit that is untouched, what's up?
No. You answered it.
As far as other shit that is untouchable, not a franchise, but do not fucking touch Princess Bride. That is one of the most classic. Yes, it's a rom-com, but it is honestly one of the most perfect movies of the 1980s.
Anne Hathaway, right?
No.
What the?
Carrie Elways and what's her name?
Robin Wright.
What's the Anne
Robin
Hathaway
Wright.
one that I'm thinking about?
I have no idea.
You just fucked up Joel and you knocked him out.
Yeah,
I legit could have sworn Anne Hathaway had a movie that was called that.
Princess Diaries, maybe? I don't know. I think that's a
Princess
movie, but I don't know if she's in that. I've just heard of that movie.
that?
Princess Diaries, but not the Princess Bride.
Princess
You
Bride is a
fucked
perfect
up
movie.
Joel. He said, "I'm out. Fuck you."
Look, you said it, and I swear my mind went to the only princess thing that I could remember, and it was that.
I would also say, don't touch The Never-Ending Story. Don't touch Labyrinth. You know, there's a couple of 80s movies that some people will say, oh, don't redo them. Don't make a reboot or something like that. Goonies comes to mind. But honestly, if you got the cast back and you put their kids in it, I'll accept the Goonies redo. Absolutely. Don't reboot it. Give me a sequel. Give me the fucking whole cast back. Give me like the Fratelli cousins from, I don't know, down south or something that break the other guys out of jail or some shit. Whatever. You can come up with a good story. Give me some new shit. I'm cool with it. Back to the Future. A lot of people, they hold that close to heart. I don't particularly. So if you want to make some shit about going back to the 80s, I'm with it. Cool. So like, yeah, there's those couple of classic 80s flicks. And I would also, if I'm hard pressed to throw in a franchise, I got a soft spot for The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, the Man with No Name trilogy.
Yeah. Spaghetti.
Don't touch Clint Eastwood's westerns, man. I know they tried to bring some western shit back with The Magnificent Seven, and that was a pretty decent movie, surprisingly.
I like
but Don't go near Josie Wales. Don't go near The Man with No Name. Fistful of Dollars, Few Dollars More, and Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Yep.
Yeah, I really do think Clint Eastwood and Harrison Ford are two people that I think very much are.
Oh yeah.
I'm alive.
Don't redo Indiana Jones. Yeah, that's another one.
I don't believe in that. Someone said someone did ask me the other day, Juwan, would you not watch a Chris Pratt Indiana Jones? And I said, I fucking would. Hell yeah, I would. Of course I would. Chris Pratt gives me that feel to where I could 100% accept that. I'm not saying I need it, but if they wanted to do it, I would not be someone saying, no, there's no way I want that. I would 100% watch that, for sure.
I would give that a chance if the beginning of the movie is Harrison Ford telling a story to maybe his grandkid or some shit, and then we do the whole movie in flashback. Give me the beginning. Then we're good.
I don't know.
Oh, wait. So it's just him narrating shit we've already seen before?
No, give me a whole fucking new story. Something totally new with Chris Pratt.
Like a story that we okay.
Yeah,
I get you. Okay.
I don't want to see an old ass Indiana Jones. I don't need another damn sequel.
Well,
you know?
you're getting that.
I don't want Chris Pratt as Indiana Jones.
Huh?
I don't want Chris Pratt as Indiana Jones.
Why?
Because Chris Pratt is going to play it. He's going to lean it towards humor. Indy needs to be more stoic. Indy plays the whole thing as straight.
I don't think you could put that on Chris Pratt. I think Chris Pratt reacts to the scripts that he's given. If the script is written for him to be more serious, I 100% think he could do that.
Chris Pratt is very easily moving into the point where he has to act like Chris Pratt. Mm-hmm. And he's not an actor.
I think it just takes a script. I think it takes a script, and you 100% can get a more serious.
Did you see that one that he did, the outer space one with Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah,
that was pretty good. I didn't mind that. Yeah, he was pretty serious in that.
I think Chris Pratt 100% can do that.
I don't remember the name of it. But I know it was a decent flick. I remember not despising it.
Yeah, I would be okay with that. But to the point I was making, Pete, Harrison Ford obviously does not want that franchise touched. It's why he risked his life to continue to do it. Same thing I think Clint Eastwood would do. Anytime someone brought up doing something of an old project of his, I guarantee you he would then come out and say, you know what? Let's just do a sequel. Let's just do a sequel of me being 98 doing this Western rather than you giving it to somebody else. So I do think if Indiana Jones was ever touched, or anything Clint Eastwood, knock on wood, it would have to be well after they are no longer here, because there's just no way they would let anyone do that.
I saw Clint in the trailer of his new movie, Cry Macho, Punch a Dude. Unfortunately, that did not look believable at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
He is well beyond his time.
Wait, Joel, you know what's funny about Clint Eastwood? I think almost every movie he's done recently has been a movie he's either written or directed, right? Do you know how full of yourself you have to be to write and direct a movie and refuse to allow anyone else to be the lead in it? To where you're just like, bitch, I will die before somebody else is the lead in my own movie. I am the lead. So yeah, so I think you don't have to worry about that anytime soon with Clint Eastwood, Peter. I think he's got that on lock. Nobody can touch his shit. Yeah, I mean, look, we've all made some really good points. I get where you're coming from, Pete, on some of your untouchables. I think Lord of the Rings is something, I think you should explore that world more before you try to recreate something that has already existed. And that's why I appreciated The Hobbit. There should just be more of that world you can explore. And it's to your point, JD, what Abrams should have leaned into in his trilogy for Star Wars, rather than kind of just continuing up on the last time we've actually timeline-wise saw those characters. He should have the galaxy is so large. You literally could have created any new story that had nothing to do with the Skywalkers. The whole point was we were supposed to get away from the Skywalkers. It's why I was glad when Lucas sold Star Wars. It was just like, finally, I think we can get away from Skywalkers. Smack dab. They brought us right back into it with Clone Wars, and then obviously this new trilogy. So it was just like, someone has to progress the story. Like, it's not only Anakin or Luke Skywalker that exists. So you're absolutely right. We should explore more. And that's where I think Abrams kind of dropped the ball a little bit.
By the way, Anne Hathaway was in The Princess Diaries, which is not what I'm talking about. Please go watch The Princess Bride. Ask your mom. Ask your mom about The Princess Bride.
Which is funny because if I called her now, she would go, "You mix what up with what?" I'm sorry, I didn't remember. You know what it is? It's not because I like Princess Diaries. It's because I have trauma. My brother went out with his friends to go see Alien vs. Predator. My aunt wouldn't allow me to see it because of my age. So instead, she forced me to go see Princess Diaries. So it's like anytime I hear princess or anything like that, my trauma kicks in and I just go, oh, no, please, no. Like, let's just not talk about that. Yeah, I had to sit through that. And it just, man. And then they came out of the
You might need a psychiatrist for that one.
Yeah, they came out of there like, man, Alien vs. Predator was so crazy.
You were so much better just not saying anything. Like, yes, you're right. You should never touch that.
Well, I never hold anything back. Yeah, I lived it. It happened.
Oh,
It happened. That's part of my life.
oh, boy.
But no, I'll make sure I talk to my mom about that piece. Have you seen? We're not going to talk about it because JD hasn't. But have you seen? Oh no, you said you haven't gone to the theaters yet, nope. So you didn't see Shang-Chi. Okay. So are you not seeing Eternals?
Maybe. But I mean, I'll be around humans in NYCC, so we'll see. Hopefully, I don't come out with the con crud, the fucking COVID, or the bubonic plague, because anything is possible at this point.
Yeah. You're scaring me even more than I was. I was telling him before we got on. Part of me does not want it.
Please. I was just explaining to a friend of mine today how, she was like, oh, do you think it's really going to be that bad? I said, well, a lot of people are pulling out, from dealers to artists and writers to, celebrity guests. It's a shell of what it was a couple of years ago. Right. And, I said, nerds don't have the best hygiene on the best of days. And she didn't really know like what I meant, so I had to kind of give her the rundown, as it were. And I the following is to be read in a PBS like nature show voice. Observe the typical Comic-Con nerd of the genus order non-sexual encounterus Smellius Maximus. You can spot the alpha neckbeards by their neckbeards in the typically dark faded XXX t-shirts. The dark colors hide the sweat stains from days of not showering, dwelling many days without light, fresh air, or even in-person interaction, with the exception of the delivery man in their parents' basements playing Xbox and PlayStation, because, of course, they have both.
Oh, my God.
That there is... they have, like, aisles, like, go one way and go the other way now. That's a new thing. And not to crowd people, and there's like new rules and shit, and that shit's gonna go out the window real fast unless they got people posted at every aisle.
That's gonna go right out of the window.
Absolutely. But at any convention you're at, obviously I'm being facetious, not every fucking nerd is a mouth breathing non-showerer, but at some point at every Comic-Con it is inevitable. You will pass a smell that you shudder to identify.
Yep. And the fact that it's no space. A cough will be in your general direction with no hand.
And nobody covers their motherfucking mouth.
No hand in their mouth. So
I'm all for the mask thing. At Comic-Con, forget it. They should have implemented that years ago.
100%.
For real.
Yeah.
Put some of these motherfuckers in full body suits.
Hazmat suits, bro.
Hazmat suits, for sure. But all right, guys, that's all we got for you on this episode of Figure It Out. We've been around the block and back. Pete, do let me know when you catch up to what
I definitely will.
And also, I did thoroughly enjoy how they ended Lucifer.
Okay, yeah, I didn't watch that yet.
Yeah, I know you are a fan. And my one suggestion for people to go watch is two things. Joel and Dom speak highly on Malignant. Make sure you guys.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Make sure you check that out. And I've started on Hulu. The whole first season is out of Why the Last Man.
All right.
It's really good so far. I'm 2 or 3 episodes.
I never read the book though. Like I
Me
kind of
neither.
want to read the book first.
Me neither. I kind of want to watch the show first because I feel like it's going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of feel like if I read the book, my expectations are what certain things I'm looking for. I'd rather start with the show and then read the book. So I started the show, and also stay on the lookout. We have a horror podcast coming just for the month of October. We're gonna have a few horror directors, writers, and actors come stop by.
No.
So look forward to that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. So
Cool.
stay tuned for that.
I'm in like Flynn.
And of course, Halloween's coming up soon, so that'll obviously be the first one we break down in the month of October. So stay tuned for that. But thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you same time, same place next week. Till then, peace.
So.